6 months ago, Maya checked her bank account and saw $200. Not enough for an emergency. Not enough for peace. Not enough to stop the quiet panic every time an unexpected bill arrived. She earned $3,100 a month, rented a one-bedroom, had a gym membership she barely used, and every month she told herself, "This time I'm going to save." But somehow the money disappeared. No huge purchase, no luxury vacation, no dramatic mistake. Just bills, groceries, a stressful week, a small reward, another unexpected expense. And then the month was over. 6 months ago, Maya had $200 in savings. Today, she has $10,000, same salary, same city, same rent. So what changed? Not her income, not her personality, not her willpower, her system. This is not a video about becoming cheap. It is not about cutting every joy out of your life. It is about building a system that saves money before your stressed brain can spend it. Because people who save $10,000 are not always more disciplined. They often just have fewer moments where discipline is required. The goal is not to become someone with more willpower. The goal is to build a life that needs less of it. Maya learned 4 things about how her brain works. 4 psychological patterns that quietly decide whether money stays or disappears. And once she understood them, saving stopped feeling like a fight. It became architecture. First, a question. Have you ever said, "This month, I'm actually saving"? And then somehow, you didn't? Money came in, bills got paid, and then it just vanished. That is not always a discipline problem. Sometimes it is a brain problem. And the first problem starts with the person you think you are saving for, your future self. Researchers have found that when people think about themselves far into the future, the brain does not always respond as if it is thinking about me. It can respond more like it is thinking about another person, a stranger. This is called future self discontinuity. It means saving can feel like giving money away to someone abstract, someone far away, someone blurry, someone who does not feel real yet. That is why saving often feels like sacrifice. You are giving up comfort today for a person your brain barely recognizes. So Maya did not try to force herself harder. She made her future self real. She wrote a letter to herself at 45, where she wanted to live, what kind of stress she no longer wanted, what money would protect her from, what peace would feel like. She read it every week, and slowly, the future person stopped being abstract. She became someone Maya knew. And when you know someone, you protect them. That is where the $10,000 started. Not with a spreadsheet, with a relationship. But feeling connected to your future self is only the first step. Because even if you want to save, stress can still shut the whole system down. That is the second pattern, tunneling. When people feel financial pressure, the brain narrows, like a tunnel. You stop seeing the full picture. You only see what is urgent. The bill, the overdraft, the rent, the repair, the problem right now. Long-term thinking disappears. Savings plans disappear. Future goals disappear. Not because you are weak, because scarcity changes what your brain can pay attention to. Researchers Sendil Mullainathan and Eldar Shafir studied sugarcane farmers in India. Same farmers, same people. They tested them before harvest, when money was tight. Then they tested them again after harvest, when money came in. The difference in cognitive performance was compared to losing a night of sleep, or dropping around 13 IQ points. Same brain, different financial state, different results. This is why "I'll start saving when things calm down" is so dangerous. Because when money is tight, your brain becomes worse at building the plan that would make money less tight. So Maya stopped waiting for calm. She created one rule before the tunnel could form. The moment her paycheck landed, money moved automatically to a separate savings account. Before she saw it, before she touched it, before the stress of the month began negotiating with her. No decision required, no willpower used, because the tunnel cannot trap money it never sees. And that same automation protected her from the third pattern, the licensing effect. This is the trap that hits after a good month. You save money, you say no to things, you feel proud, and then your brain says, "You've been good, you deserve something." So you buy the thing, book the dinner, order the clothes, upgrade the weekend. The good decision licenses the bad one. Not because you are careless, because after sacrifice, the brain wants reward. And in money terms, that reward can erase the progress you just made. So Maya made saving invisible. The transfer happened before she could feel proud of it. It was just gone. Like rent, like a bill, like something already decided. And because her brain never registered it as a heroic act, there was no reward reflex afterward. No, I deserve this. No emotional payback. No license to spend. That is the trick most people miss. The best saving system is not the one that makes you feel disciplined. It is the one your brain barely notices. Now here is where the story changes. Around month 2, Maya started checking her balance differently. Not with dread, with hunger. $1,100, $1,900, $2,800. And the closer she got, the more she wanted to protect it. She started rounding up transfers, cancelling small leaks, selling things she did not use, looking for extra ways to move faster. Not because someone forced her, because the target started pulling her. This is the fourth pattern, the goal, gradient effect. The closer you get to a reward, the faster you move toward it. You see this everywhere. A runner speeds up near the finish line. A customer buys more when a loyalty card is almost full. A person saving money becomes more motivated once the number feels reachable. That is why Maya did not choose a vague goal like, I want to save more. She chose $10,000? Specific, visible, countable. The brain needs a finish line, and once the finish line felt real, Maya did not feel pushed anymore. She felt pulled. Now the 4 concepts were working together. Her future self gave the money a reason. Automation protected the money before stress could reach it. Invisible saving blocked the reward trap, and the $10,000 target created momentum. She did not fix one money problem. She fixed the sequence her brain had been repeating. Now, the math. Maya earns $3,100 a month. Her fixed costs, rent, utilities, basic groceries, insurance, transportation, and subscriptions, were around $1,550. That left about $1,550 for everything else. Maya did not save $10,000 in 6 months because she suddenly became a minimalist. She did it with 4 levers: a system, a target, a few spending cuts, and 1 temporary income boost. On day 1 of every month, $850 moved automatically into a separate savings account. $850 times 6 months equals $5,100. Then she removed 3 things that were quietly draining money: the gym membership she barely used, 2 subscriptions she forgot about, and 1 expensive weekend habit that never felt expensive in the moment. That saved around $250 a month. $250 times 6 equals $1,500. Now she was at $6,600, but $10,000 still did not happen from cutting back alone. At some point, saving more is not just about discipline, it is about creating 1 extra lever. So Maya chose 1 temporary income boost, not a second career, not a business, not a life overhaul, just 1 simple weekend income stream for 6 months. She helped a local family with admin work and errands twice a month. It brought in around $400 a month. $400 times 6 equals $2,400. Now she was at $9,000. Then, in month 5, she sold things she no longer used. An old laptop, clothes, a bike that had been sitting in storage. Total, $1,050. Final number, $5,100 from automated saving, $1,500 from spending cuts, $2,400 from temporary extra income, $1,050 from selling unused things. That equals $10,050 in 6 months. This is not magic, and it is not just try harder. It is architecture. Maya did not need a new personality. She needed a system, a target, and 1 extra lever. The system protected her from tunneling. The automation protected her from the licensing effect. The $10,000 target activated the goal gradient, and the temporary income boost made the math actually work. You cannot mindset your way into numbers that do not add up. But when the psychology and the math work together, saving becomes mechanical. And here is the part Maya did not expect. Once she crossed $10,000, she felt something she had not felt in years. Silence. Not the silence of emptiness, the silence of space. No low-level financial anxiety at 2 a.m. No constant background noise about money. No feeling that one surprise bill could ruin the month. Decisions felt lighter, not because she was rich, because she was no longer only reacting. She was choosing, and that changed how she saw herself. She was not bad with money. She was not undisciplined. She was not the kind of person who just can't save. She had simply been trying to use willpower for a problem that needed design. And once the design changed, her identity changed with it. She became someone who protects her future before the month gets loud, someone who does not wait for motivation, someone who builds systems when she is calm, so she does not need perfect decisions when she is stressed. That is the real lesson. People who save money are not always stronger than everyone else. Sometimes they are just better protected from themselves. So, 4 concepts. Future self discontinuity. You are not really saving for yourself until you make your future self real. Tunneling. Financial pressure narrows your brain. Break the tunnel before it forms. The licensing effect. A good month creates a dangerous reward reflex. Automate so it never fires. The goal. Gradient effect. A specific target creates its own momentum. The goal pulls you in. So if you are watching this right now, do not start with $10,000. Do not start with 6 months. Start with one question. Who am I actually saving for? Write down who you will be in 10 years. Not only what you will have, who you will be. Make that person real. Then set up one automatic transfer this week. $50, $100. Whatever is real for you, move it before you see it. Then choose one lever, one subscription to cancel, one habit to pause, one thing to sell, one temporary way to bring in extra cash. Not forever, just long enough to prove to yourself that the system works. And then watch the number, because once the gradient kicks in, saving stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like identity. The question is not, can I save $10,000? The question is, can I build a system that protects me even when my mood, stress, and willpower change? Because the person who saves is not always the person who wants it more. It is often the person who needs less willpower to do the right thing. That is the shift. Not more guilt, not more pressure, not more self-criticism. A better system, a clearer future, a finish line your brain can see, and one decision made before the month gets loud.